in our first reading today, God calls Ezekiel to prophesy to Israel. And we need to understand the context of where Ezekiel is prophesying to Israel. They were in exile in Babylon. And at that time, the temple was already destroyed. Jerusalem was ransacked, and most of the population in Israel was deported to Babylon. And we could see here how the Israelites, they were just discouraged. They lost all hope. And that's where God asked Ezekiel to prophesy to them, to give them this hope that they need. And in Ezekiel 37, that's where Ezekiel prophesied to the dry bones. God told Ezekiel, prophesy to these bones and say to them, O dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. So as he prophesied, he saw that there was a noise, a rattling, and the bones came together, bone to its bone, and then their sinews on them, and the flesh had come upon them, and skin had covered them, but there was no breath in them. So even though Ezekiel prophesied, all the bones and the sinews and the muscles came together, but there was still no life. And Ezekiel, asked for the Holy Spirit, for the Spirit to come upon these dry bones so that they would come to life. I could say that we live like the Israelites, the same like they were in Babylon, right? We're living in a very secular world right now. It's as if that we're in exile. It's not like 50, 60 years ago, like our neighbors, loved ones, they all go to church. Right now, very few will go to church, right? Just like in Babylon, the Israelites, they saw the Babylonians. They were living a prosperous life. And maybe their God is the real God. And a lot of the Jewish people, they've fallen away of their faith. They started worshiping pagan gods. And it's the same right now. A lot of Catholics, Christians, they're worshiping other gods. That's why we don't see them at church, right? They're worshiping what? The god of sports, the god of entertainment, the god of alcohol or whatever. They're not in church. They're not worshiping God. And even for us, Catholics who are practicing, we could also be susceptible to being attached to a particular sin and make us very lukewarm. That's why it's the same. Like for us, we could be the dry bones. We can't judge those who are out there, oh, they're not practicing the faith, they're the dry bones. No, we could be the dry bones, right? We could be lukewarm also. That's why we need the Holy Spirit. We need to experience the power of the Holy Spirit in our life to awaken us so that we will be able to love God and love others with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. Because that's the glory of God. The glory of God is man fully alive. That's why this coming weekend, my brother priest here, Father Jorge Alvarado, together with Barbara Hale, they're doing a retreat called Awaken Your People. Right? That's why I really encourage you, both Father Jorge and Alvarado and Barbara Hale, they're excellent speakers. They're inspired by the Holy Spirit, and they would give the now word for us. And when we receive the now word, it's a prophetic word that is inspired by the Holy Spirit that will make us come alive. This coming alive is not just for us. We need to share this with other people. Share with them our testimony of us coming alive so that they too would experience of how to come alive.